Hey everybody, before we get started with today's video, as always, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Turn the notifications bell on for these videos because there's going to be plenty of Habs content coming up from this channel. Now, we all know the expression Bloody Sunday, but to call yesterday a Bloody Sunday would be an understatement after the Montreal Canadiens fired Marc Bergevin, Trevor Timmins, and Paul Wilson. It was a long time coming, but the Montreal Canadiens and Jeff Molson, the owner of the club, finally made the decision that has been preached on this channel for a long time now, that this needs to be a change that the Montreal Canadiens need to consider, and they finally went in that direction, and they did so in a very weird manner, but one that I'm not going to look into the optics too much because the change is what the most important thing is right now for this club. Now, there's an old expression that the grass isn't always greener on the other side, but this appears to not be the case here with the Montreal Canadiens. There needed to be a change at the top of the pillar in terms of the hockey operations department, and the Montreal Canadiens decided to go in that direction yesterday, and it looks as though it's been in the works for about a week now with Jeff Molson in terms of what he was looking for to replace Marc Bergevin and company in their respective roles. Now, the Montreal Canadiens decided to make an executive vice president position of hockey operations, and they did so by hiring former New York Rangers general manager Jeff Gorton, and I do believe that this is a very prudent decision by Jeff Molson. Instead of staying internally and going with Scott Mellanby, they went outside the organization, and I think they did so in a very smart manner. Gorton has proved time and time again in a very short span with the New York Rangers and with the Boston Bruins as well that he has what it takes to build a successful organization from the top to the bottom, and I think that's going to be very important with the Montreal Canadiens moving forward. I really like Gorton's vision, and I'm interested to see what he has to say as soon as he's made available to the media, but I think there's only positives to go off of for this situation besides the optics, like I mentioned a bit earlier. But Gorton has proved time and time again that he believes in analytics, he believes in puck-moving defensemen. It just doesn't appear that that were some of the same strategies that the Montreal Canadiens currently had employed, and I think you're going to see some major changes throughout the organization and ones that lead this team back into a positive direction. Now, that ultimately leads us to the search for a new general manager, and I think that's going to be someone of the young variety, someone that doesn't exactly have a ton of experience, and I think that's a good thing for this Montreal Canadiens team. They need a new vision for this team, and I think Gorton is really going to provide that. But you're going to get someone like a Matthew Darche, like a Danny Briere, maybe even a Roberto Luongo in that role for the Montreal Canadiens, and Gorton is going to be able to groom them. But I think what ultimately is going to be important here is that Gorton is going to have the final say in the hockey ops department, and that is going to be positive for this team moving forward. The bottom line is that the Montreal Canadiens needed a new voice at the top, and they're going to get multiple new voices now within the organization. They're going to have a new head scout, they're going to have a new general manager, and Gorton is going to oversee the hockey ops department, and I think those are all positive changes for the Montreal Canadiens here moving forward. That's it for me today from Cook's Corner. As always, let me know in the comment section down below your thoughts on what the Montreal Canadiens are doing right now and who you think the new general manager of the club might be. I'm Zach Cook. We'll see you later.